Hey guys, this is Daniel from furnishedblender.com, and I'm going to be taking you through an endurance style workout today. Now with this one, we are actually going to be going through all bodyweight driven exercises. You're not going to need any equipment other than an optional exercise mat. If you've got a soft space to do your workouts on, you don't even need that. If you're going to be doing this on a hard surface like hardwood floor, tile, that kind of thing, then you'll definitely need a mat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a list of 10 different exercises. A couple of them are going to be left and right specific. But we're going to go through those 10 exercises straight through with only about 10 seconds break in between to move from one exercise to the next. And we're doing each exercise. For the first round, we're going to go through 2 minutes straight through. Now this is just a nice, slow, repetitious motion, just over and over and over again to really try to burn out those muscles. Once we've done the first round through, we'll give you a little bit of a break, and then we're going to go back through the whole thing again, this time only for a minute per exercise, same break in between, 10 seconds to get to the next exercise. And then we're going to do it one more time after that for 30 seconds per exercise. So by the time you're done with this, those legs, those arms, pretty much every body, muscle part in your body should be really nice and tired. So if you haven't done a warm-up, go ahead and get one of those in. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, let's go ahead and get ready for our first exercise. Remember, this is going to be 2 minutes of activity per exercise with a 10-second break in between exercises. So our first one is going to be just a traditional crunch. So go ahead and drop down on the floor for this one. I'm going to go ahead and start up my timer. Down flat on your back, hands back behind your head, and crunch it up. Nice tight squeeze the top, slowly drop it back down, but don't let those abs release. Every single time you drop back down, keep those shoulder blades hovering just a tiny, tiny bit to keep those abdominal muscles engaged. So crunching up as high as you can to the top, slowly back down, keeping those lungs open. To make it a little bit harder, make sure those elbows are back outside of your field of vision. So nice tight squeeze the top of that range of motion. Don't worry about getting a really, really big full range of motion like you would with a traditional sit-up. This is just a crunch. You're just working on getting your upper torso, your rib cage up off the ground as high as you can. You still want to keep that lower back flat against that mat. Just keep it going. Now remember, we're doing a full 2 minutes here, so the likelihood of your muscles giving out on you through that 2 minute time period is pretty high, which is perfectly fine. That's the idea behind this routine. So if your muscles actually do give out on you, just let them relax. Go ahead and drop those shoulders all the way back on the ground. Take about 5 seconds, count to yourself for 5 seconds, let everything relax for 5 seconds, and then go right back into it. Get as many as you can get done again. And then once those abs give out on you again, then take another 5-second break. They're a little over halfway through this. Just keep it going. I know those muscles are probably starting to get a pretty good burn going on them. Just keep pushing through it. Focus on getting a really nice tight squeeze, as much range of motion as you can possibly get out of it to really, really tax those abdominal muscles, make them burn. Just about 20 seconds left. Just keep it going a little bit more. Lungs open, tight squeeze. Almost done. We're going to be switching over to a squatting calf raise next. So go ahead and stand up. About 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Remember, you got 10 seconds break here. Squatting calf raise, just a regular squat. At the bottom, you're going to come up onto those toes and then stand right back up. So squat down nice and low, calf raise, and back up. So this is just a repetitious motion, just over and over and over again. Again, 2 minutes all the way through. Again, you're going to have a really high likelihood of those muscles giving out on you at any point through this exercise. So just make sure if they do, pause, give yourself about a 5-second break, and then go right back into it. The main idea though is to keep those lungs open, keep all those muscles contracted just a little bit, and just keep moving through it as long as you possibly can. You're trying to get that really good lactic acid burn built up. So if you're not feeling it, try to find a little bit harder version to do. You want to make sure that those muscles are burning like crazy at least halfway through, if not within the first 30 seconds. You can always make it easier as those muscles get too tired or more tired, but you want to try to make it as hard as you can for as long as you can. All right, we're just about halfway through on this one. Just focus on that form. Even though you're not lifting any weight with this one, still watch that squat form. You want that back perfectly flat. Shins and chest are roughly about the same angle. Coming up onto those toes as high as you can at the bottom. Got about 45 seconds left. Try to pause and wait at the top for as little time period as possible. You don't want to stand up and lock those knees out and let yourself rest at the top. Again, you're trying to get as much of a burn in those legs as you can, and I don't know about you, but I'm getting a pretty good burn in my thighs. We're almost done, just about 20 seconds left. And we're going to switch to our next exercise, which is going to be just a traditional push-up. It's 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and drop it down to the ground. Again, traditional push-up. Do the hardest version you can for as long as you can. You can always switch down to the easier version. 3, 2, 1, start it up. Because we're going for so long again, you're gonna have a really good likelihood of letting that form slide. So make sure you're keeping that form as solid as you possibly can the entire time. Don't let that lower back round. Don't let that butt stick up in the air. You're trying to do as clean of a motion every time as you possibly can. Like I said, if your muscles give out, you can always pause for 5 seconds, recover, and then go right back into it again. Keep those lungs open. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Almost halfway. And that's halfway right there. Give myself a little bit of a break. I'm going to drop to the half version now. Just because my muscles are starting to get nice and tired. So again, do the hardest version you can for as long as you can until that form starts to suffer. Just about 30 seconds left. Whew. Give myself a little bit of a break here. 20 seconds left to go. We're just about. Try to finish this out with me. Don't pause until we're done. We got 10 seconds left. We're switching to an alternating lunge next. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Let it relax. Go and stand up. We're going to do an alternating lunge next. So just one foot out, then the other. Just alternating back and forth. 2, 1. Start up. Nothing real fancy. Don't worry about taking a really, really long step. Just whatever's comfortable. Trying to keep that balance. Make sure that you're dropping that rear leg down as low as you can control, as low as it's comfortable for you to do. I don't want any like quarter or half lunges where you're stopping up here. I want it all the way down, nice and low. Remember, the whole intention is to try to burn those legs out or burn whatever muscle work you're working on at the moment. Just burn out as much as you can. Again, you don't have to worry about moving really quickly. This isn't about speed. It's about endurance. Just keeping it going. Just keep those lungs open. Chest straight up and down. Just over a minute. Again, try to get a nice deep lunge every single time. Take a break if you need to. We're gonna do a nice easy one next, give you a little bit of a break. We're doing just arm circles. So we have a relatively small muscle group we're gonna be targeting on the next one. Under 30 seconds. Just keep it going. Try not to stop. Almost done. 10 seconds left to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Stand up nice and straight and tall. I'm doing arm circles next, so arms straight out to your sides. 3, 2, 1. Just about maybe 4 to 6 inches in diameter for that circle. Just right around that shoulder socket. So no arm circles down here. You want to keep them nice and high. Go over top of that shoulder just as much as you dip underneath it. Just keep those lungs open. You can move those feet back and forth if you want to. Just give you something else to do. Just keep it going. Those shoulders are going to be burning like crazy by the time you're done with this. You're probably already starting to feel them a little bit just from being tired from those push-ups. So just keep it going. Nice even sized circle. We're actually going to switch directions halfway here. Whew. Just 10 more seconds till you hit halfway. Whew. Just a little bit longer. And let it relax. It's 1 minute. Bring it back up. Reverse direction. Whew. Man. It's always those little muscles that burn the worst. Just keep it going. Remember, up over top of that shoulder, as those arms start getting tired, they're going to start kind of sinking down on you. Whew. Just keep them up there nice and high. Keep them going. And just 30 seconds left. Oh, man, that burns. Whew. Just keep it going. All right, after this one, we're going to do a bridge. So laying flat on your back, lifting those hips. Oh, come on, we're almost there, almost there. Keep it going. Don't let those arms drop. Got 10 seconds left. Keep pushing through it. Whoo, man, that burns. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Whoo, drop down on the ground. We're doing bridges next. So tuck those feet in as close as is comfortable. 1, and start up. Those hips come up nice and high. Slowly drop it down. Easiest version is those arms on the ground. If you want a little bit harder for balance, press both those hands straight up in the air. Just whatever is most comfortable. Drop those hips almost touching the ground or just barely touching the ground. And then pressing up as hard as you possibly can towards the ceiling. Working on hitting that hamstring just a bit, but primarily focusing on those glute muscles, those butt muscles. Just keep it going. Try to make sure you're keeping your weight evenly dispersed between your left and your right foot. Just keep going. Again, just like those crunches, you never want to let those glutes, those hamstrings completely relax. Always keep them just a little bit tensed the entire time. Making sure you get a really nice big full range of motion, or at least as much as you can control. Just over a minute. Keep those lungs open. Just breathing normally. Almost there. It's about 30 seconds until we're done. Just keep it going. If you're feeling it a whole lot in your calves, it means you're probably trying to push up onto your toe. Make sure your weight is in your heel and you'll get rid of that. All right, so we're going to be doing a front leg raise, standing this next one. So you've got just about 15, 14 seconds left on this one until we're done. Then you're stand it back up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Go and stand back up. We're doing this one leg at a time. We're going to do one round with the left leg, one round with the right. So starting with that left leg first, straight up and down, and start it. Whew. Nice and high. Try to bring that leg straight up in front of you. Keep that torso as straight up and down as you can. Try to keep that leg relatively straight. You can have a little bit of a bend in that knee. That's fine. Even if you want to get a little bit more range of motion, you can bend that knee as you come up to the top. It all depends on how limber that hamstring is. Just keep it going. If If you need to, hold yourself up against a wall or the back of a chair or something like that for balance. Otherwise, trying to hold your own balance, not using any kind of extra help, will actually help build up the strength on that leg you're standing on quite a bit as well. Just keep it going. You're probably noticing that hip on that right leg, the one you're standing on, is probably starting to get pretty tired as well, which is normal because that hip's having to do all that work to try to keep those hips parallel, or that right hip's having to do all the work to keep that pelvis parallel. So you're gonna feel it quite a bit in that outside thigh on that right leg as well. But primarily, you're gonna be feeling it through that hip flexor on the front of that thigh, or the front of that hip on that left leg. Got about 40 seconds left. Just keep it going. Remember, if you need to stop, that's fine. Just try not to. Try to go as long as you can. Oh man, that's starting to burn. So a little bit longer. 20 seconds left. Almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, let it relax. Shake those legs out just a little bit. We're going to be doing the same thing with that right leg this next time. So nice straight line through that body again. Right leg comes up in front. Squeeze up as high as you can. Back down, barely touch. Right back up again. Remember, try to keep everything else nice and straight. Those core muscles engaged, even though you're not really using them a whole lot for this, other than just a little bit of small minor adjustments for balance. Keep them nice and contracted. Suck that belly button in. Just get a little extra caliber and a little extra tone out of this. So again, focusing on the front of that hip, trying to get that leg up there as high as you can. And again, try to keep that leg straight if you can, but it's not necessary. If you want to get a little extra range of motion, you might need to bend that knee to get that knee up a little higher. Again, you're probably feeling it through the outside of that left hip again, the one you're standing on. It's 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. All right, so we're on our second leg on this one, which means we're moving on to our next exercise after this, which is going to be an oblique crunch with a side leg raise. We're going to be down on the ground for this one again. And we're going to do the same thing, left for 1 round, right 1 round. Just keep that leg moving. Lungs open. There's 30 seconds left. Try to keep everything as stationary as possible except for that leg. That's the only thing that should be moving. Whew, man, that's starting to burn. Really try to get that extra range of motion in there. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Drop back down to the ground. Reach all the way out flat on your side. One hand kicked in front, other hand up on top of those thighs. Crunching down towards those feet and slowly back again. Keep a little bit of a hover and right back up. You're going to feel this right through that oblique. You might even feel it the outside of that thigh again. Now, you have a really good chance of those muscles giving out on you on this one. Those obliques are generally not very strong for most people. So if you need to give out, that's perfectly fine. Just drop it down. Again, count 5 seconds. Move right back into it. Just keep it going under control. Nice tight squeeze the top. Again, trying to reach down towards those toes as much as you can. Try to keep those hips perpendicular to the ground. Try not to let them lean back too much. They're going to lean back a little bit. But try not to go back too far. That's 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. Just keep it going. 45 seconds left. Remember, stop if you need to, which I might have to do here in just a second. Oh man, that burns. Just keep it going as long as you can. You got 30 seconds left. Let's stretch for just a second. Right back into it as quick as you can. You got 20 seconds left. Keep pushing through it, try not to stop. Almost done. 15 seconds. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Whew, man, that burns. Same thing on the other side. Flat out, arm up about a 45, and reaching down towards those toes. Start it up. Whew, actually that's a pretty good stretch on that other side. Stretching out that tight oblique on the bottom. All right, just keep it going. Nice big full range of motion. Keep those lungs open. Don't hold that breath. Nice slow, steady contraction. "30 seconds down. Keep it going, keep those lungs open, keep checking that form, make sure those legs are relatively straight as you can control them. Make sure you get a really nice tight squeeze up towards that foot. Yeah, that's a minute down, minute to go. Keep that motion going, nice and slow under control. "40 seconds left. Keep moving nice and slow and steady. Remember, if you need to, pause. Take a pause right here, let myself relax. That's 30 seconds left to go. And right back into it. Nice tight crunch. Off to the side, remember, keep those hips perpendicular to the ground. Try to reach down towards those toes as far as you possibly can. Really crunch it up. 10 seconds left, we're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let it relax. Whew. All right, that is the end of round number 1. We're gonna give you a little bit of a break, grab a drink of water, and we'll start back over with round number 2. With this one, we're only gonna be going through everything for 1 minute each, so it'll be a little bit faster, a little bit easier. All right, see you in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. This is gonna be our round number 2. Remember, this is gonna be 1 minute per exercise. Again, 10-second break to move to the next exercise. So let's go ahead and get started. Dropping back down on the ground again, starting back over with those crunches. So flat on your back, feet 90-degree angle, feet flat against the ground, and crunch it up. Nice tight squeeze, slowly back down, but don't let it relax. Right back up. So your abs are probably going to be quite a bit more tired this time around, or at least they should be. So you're probably going to start getting a lot more shuddering. Those muscles are start trying to give out on you a lot faster, that kind of a thing. So the same thing applies if those muscles give out on you. Try to pause for as little time as possible, and then go right back into it. Remember, we're only doing a minute through on this, so try your hardest to get all the way through without stopping. We only have 20 seconds left. Already over halfway, well over halfway. It's 15 seconds left. Nice tight squeeze at the top of that range of motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and stand up. Moving on to a squat with a calf raise. So remember, nice deep squat, dropping down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it nice and low. Up on that calf, and then come back up. A little bit of a break at the top. and right back down again. If you want to really make those muscles burn, don't go to a full extension. Keep those knees just barely bent. And that way those muscles will stay contracted the entire time. Get a little bit more of a burn out of it. Keep that back nice and flat. It's halfway, 30 seconds. "20 seconds left. Just keep it going. 10 seconds. We're moving to a push-up next. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Go and drop down to the ground for that push-up. We're going to try again for the hardest version you can control. 3, 2, 1, and start it. Remember, we're doing half the time we were doing before. So try to hold out for as long as you possibly can. Try to do the hardest version you possibly can all the way through. Now I'm just starting, and that's what I'm telling you. We'll see if I can make it all the way through. Keep those lungs open. Nice flat back. That's halfway right there, 30 seconds. "15 seconds left. Whew, keep it going. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it relax. Whew, go and stand back up. All right, we're doing an alternating lunge next. So left foot, right foot. It's alternating back and forth. 2, 1. Start them up. Just back and forth. If you switch those feet pretty quick at the top and go right back into that lunge, you can get a little bit more of a burn out of it. If you come all the way back up and pause. So if you're keeping those legs just slightly bent, going right back into that next lunge, get just a little bit more motion out of it. Take your time on the range of motion as well. Slowly down, slowly up. Keep it going. Under 15 seconds left. All right, we're moving to arm circles next. Burn those shoulders out again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Gonna stand up nice and straight and tall. Arms out. 2, 1. And start it. Nice big circle going forward. Remember, about 4 to 6 inches in diameter for that circle. Get that hand up over top of that shoulder just as much as you're going underneath it. Just keep that motion going. And shift that weight back and forth in those feet if you want. Otherwise, just keep them locked out. Nice straight torso. Really watch those arms, make sure they're not drooping on you. And also make sure you're getting those arms back behind you as well. So as you do that circle, make sure it comes back behind you. Go ahead and switch directions. That's over halfway. Whew, man, that burns. 20 seconds left. Keep it going. If you're feeling up into those neck muscles, try to let those shoulders relax down as much as you can. Try to let that neck relax. Almost done. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Drop down to the ground for bridges. Flat on your back. Tuck those feet in. 2, 1, start them up. Bring those hips up nice and high. Tight squeeze. Drop them down. Barely touch. Right back up again. Hardest version with those arms pressed away from you. Feet nice and close together. This makes it a little bit harder for controlling that balance. But it's not 100% necessary, so if you'd rather have those hands on the ground, that's perfectly fine as well. Nice tight squeeze at the top. over halfway. So we're moving to our front leg raise next. So standing, starting with that left leg. So we're gonna stand up for this next one. We got 20 seconds left of these bridges though. Keep pushing through them. Nice tight squeeze the top. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. All right, back up nice and high. Starting again with that left leg first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I'm messing up on my timing there a little bit. Barely let that foot touch. Squeezing that leg up as high as you can. Or again, if you need help with balance, feel free to lean up against a wall or grab onto the back of a chair for this. If you want to, put those arms out nice and wide for balance. Otherwise, keep them tucked in nice and close, makes it a little bit harder for balance. If you want it really hard for balance, put those arms straight up over top of your head. Just brings that center of gravity up just a little bit, makes it that much more difficult for balance. All right, 15 seconds left. Just keep it going. Nice full range of motion. Get that leg up as high as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Same thing on the opposite leg, on that right leg. Nice straight back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start it. Nice and high. Barely tap at the bottom. Right back up again. Keep those lungs open. Again, get those arms in nice and close to make it a little bit harder for balance, or straight up over top of your head. Nice big full range of motion. Really work on trying to get that leg up there. At the same time as trying to keep it as straight as you can. We just hit halfway. Just keep it going, lungs open. We have 2 more exercises to go after this. Doing that side oblique crunch next. The left and the right side. 10 seconds left on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let it relax. Drop down onto your side. Out on that left. Legs out, stacked. Left hand kicked forward to 45. 2, 1, and start out. Crunch up down towards those toes, reaching down. Again, don't let everything relax. Keep a little bit of a hover. Make sure those obliques are constantly contracted. Specifically focusing on that top side, from the base of your rib cage to the crest of your hip. "30 seconds left. Just keep it going, nice tight squeeze. 15 seconds left. We're almost done. 10 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Switch sides. This is our last one of this round. Out on your right side, right hand kicked forward, legs stacked, hand up on top of that thigh, and start it. Crunch up. Lungs open, keep those core muscles contracted, especially that oblique on the top side, focusing on that left side oblique this time. Just keep that motion going as smooth as you possibly can. Nice slow contraction up, nice full range of motion, nice slow drop back down. Make sure you don't just drop those legs and shoulders. A little over halfway. Try to keep those hips perpendicular to the ground. Just keep it going. Remember, stop if you need to. Try to keep pushing through the whole way. 10 seconds left. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, nicely done. That was the end of round number 2, which means we have just one more round to go. Let me go ahead and swap my timer here real quick. We're going to go down to 30 seconds on this one. Just keep moving those feet back and forth. All right, 30 seconds of active per exercise. Same exact exercises again, 10 seconds break in between. This one's go by really, really quick, so let's go ahead and get it started. Starting off with those crunches on your back, feet close in or about 90-degree angle on those knees, hands behind your head, and crunch it up. Nice tight squeeze the top of that range of motion. Really focus on getting a tight squeeze at the top. Really work those muscles as much as you possibly can. Since we're doing this for such a short period of time, you want to make sure you're getting as much out of this as you can. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go and stand up. All right, we're doing a squat with a calf raise next. 3, 2, 1. Nice deep squat. Calf raise, back up. Keep a little bit of a bend in those knees. Keep those muscles contracted. Really try to burn them out. We're almost done with this. This one's gonna be a little bit less of a burn, more of just getting some extra calories in there. It's not quite long enough to get a really, really intense burn on it, but you're probably still gonna be feeling it just because they're so tired from doing those first 2 rounds. 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. We're doing a push-up next, so drop down. Remember the hardest version you can control. 3, 2, 1, and start it. Keep that back flat, hips down. 15 seconds left. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then stand up. All right, we're doing alternating lunge next. So stepping out 1 foot at a time. 3, 2, 1. Start it. Down and back up. Remember, take your time at the bottom of that range of motion. Nice, slow drop down and back up. We're over halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, moving on to arm circles next. Standing up nice and straight and tall. 2, 1, arms out. Pushing those circles forward. We'll switch you halfway. Just keep those feet moving if you want. Keep those lungs open, nice flat back. Nice circle on that arm. Make sure you're even all the way around, front, back, up and down. Halfway, switch it. All right, after these arm circles, we're dropping back down on the ground for your bridges. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop. All right, flat on your back. Feet in as close as comfortable. Hands either on the ground or straight up. 2, 1, and start it. Squeeze those hips up. Back down, a little bit of a hover. Right back up. Really focus on a really tight squeeze as hard as you possibly can. Remember, this is your last round. We're not doing it for a whole long time, so make sure you're pushing as hard as you can. Just a little over halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand back up. Stand up nice and high. We're doing that single leg raise, starting off with that left leg again. 3, 2, 1, start it up. Lift that leg. Get it up there as high as you possibly can. Keep it going. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, relax, switch over the other side, so that right leg next. Nice and straight and tall. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start it. Nice high leg raise. Try to keep that leg as straight as you possibly can. That knee as straight as you can. Just keep it going. Lungs open. Don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it relax down on the ground. Our last exercise, starting on the left side. Lay out flat, arm up on top of those hips, on those thighs, and start it. Crunch it up, reach down towards those toes, back down, a little bit of hover, right back up. Just keep those muscles going. Keep forcing them through it. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Switch over to the other side. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start up. Crunch up nice and high. Keep those hips perpendicular to the ground. Core muscles contracted. Squeezing down towards that foot as far as you can. At the same time as lifting those shoulders. Tight, tight crunch, pulling that shoulder down into that hip. Halfway. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Whew. All right, good job. We've gotten through all 3 rounds. We've done 3.5 minutes per exercise total. So that's a lot of repetitions. So good job, guys. This workout is complete.